So the big question is this: does being committed mean staying together forever? Today, I'll be sharing what commitment really means in modern day relationships. My name is Joan Nwosu, and welcome to the Second Chances podcast, a love journey in black and white. I hear a lot of people say, I want a committed relationship. And in most people's minds, it just means a long-term relationship. Well, not quite. In today's world where the dynamics of relationships have really changed, have really evolved, where relationships are more diverse, they're more complex than ever, we can no longer use commitment and longevity meaning one and the same. No, they're quite different. So that old paradigm of staying together forever for as long as the sole marker of a successful relationship was longevity and being together, then you could say that it's a successful relationship. But if we look at the number of unhappy marriages, the long-term marriages, the stats that come up every year, it's soaring through the roof. It keeps going up. So that you're in a committed long-term relationship or marriage, does that really mean you're successful? Why are you so unhappy then? So let's talk about commitment. So the perspective I want us to explore today is beyond longevity. It doesn't mean that longevity doesn't come into play. It does, but it's more deeper than that. It's about being deeply committed to each other's happiness, because you got to be happy or else why are you in it? You got to be growing, so growth. And the third one I want to touch on is freedom. Yes, freedom. I know it may sound counterintuitive, but true commitment empowers each person, each of the parties, to explore their own individuality, right? To explore their own full potential and become the best version of themselves. So every relationship, a good relationship, a committed relationship, should be pushing you towards the best version of yourself. And sometimes when you become that best version of yourself, you're no longer compatible because now your values may no longer align. For whatever reason, you might need to go your separate ways, and that's okay too. So let's go into those three things. So the first one is commitment to happiness. For me, if you're not happy, why bother? Right? So it's not just about being together. It's about committing to wanting the other person to be happy. You want to do the things that gives them joy, that makes them happy. You need to understand their own love language, right? You need to know where you can compromise. What are some of the things that you may have to give up or sacrifice? Not give up, but just sacrifice to make sure that they are happy. So I'm not saying go make yourself unhappy or settle, no, but just making sure that you're taking into account that it's top of mind for you on making your partner happy and you being happy as well. So creating that safe space within the relationship where your partner can be themselves, you can be yourself. It's very enjoyable. You enjoy doing the same thing or different things. You can join your partner in doing what they enjoy and they can join you as well. And also being able to navigate the challenges of the world together, right? Those are the things that invigorate and create excitement and happiness. That's where you get joy, if you're able to overcome challenges together. So happiness is so key. You both have to be happy and be committed to that. The second commitment I want to talk about is growth, right? So for me, you should be growing in your relationship. If you're not growing, if a relationship is stagnant and is dead and you feel like you're losing yourself or you're not evolving, then it's not really a great relationship. So whether you're there for the long haul, if you're not growing, you're dying, as with most things in life. So a relationship should be that fertile ground of personal and mutual growth. It should inspire you to want to grow, right? To want to be better, right? So you know where you want to go, or you have these new dreams or this new vision for your life, and you have a partner that's willing to support your dreams and help you get there, right? I think that's one of the key things of relationships, because I know it's great to be able to do things on your own, but it also says that two will conquer 10,000. So having a partner that is committed to your own growth and to their own growth just means that you can achieve so much more. And there's so much joy in being able to to grow and to expand beyond some of the things that you may have wanted to do on your own. So I've talked about support in a previous podcast before. It's not just saying, okay, you go do it, but also helping you out and listening and being engaged in whatever it is that you're doing, being able to celebrate your wins with you and to learn from setbacks and be there to support you where there are setbacks. So key. So that's the second one, commitment to growth. The third one I already touched on, which is freedom. So commitment to freedom. I think this is one of the things that people are not aware of. People want people to stay the same, but no one stays the same. Who you were yesterday is not who you are today. Who you were last year is not who you are today. So expecting a partner to be the same way you met them 10 years ago or even 6 months ago, that's a little bit unrealistic. So as we become more and more conscious beings, we know that we as humans are constantly evolving. So you need to have a commitment to your partner's growth, their freedom to expand, to evolve, to change, and be there to support them, right? And like I said, sometimes that path might take you on a completely different journey and the relationship is no longer worth it, and that's okay too. But you need to give your partner the space, and you also need to feel like you have the space to evolve. So as the natural pull and push and ebb and flows of life happens and you're evolving to a different person, you want your partner to allow. You're not saying, oh, you never used to be that way, or this is new, I'm not used to this. No, we have to understand that people are going to evolve, and you have to be willing to love and accept them as they evolve. And as you evolve as well, you should also be evolving as well. So you need to have freedom. You need to give your partner freedom, and you need to have a space for you also to feel like you're free to expand and change and pivot and whatever that you need to do to make sure that you're growing and you're living a fulfilling life for yourself too. So you don't want a relationship where you feel confined, where you need to stay the same way, be who you were 10 years ago, not change, not want to do anything different with your life, and just stay stuck. No, that is not a relationship. So bringing it all back together. So what does that mean for a relationship? And it doesn't mean that there will not be challenges along the way. Of course, there's going to be challenges along the way, and that's where longevity. The longer you're with you're with a person, the better it is for you to understand them. Right, to be a little bit more patient, be a little more tolerant. The more you know them, the more you build that deeper relationship, that deeper connection with them, then the longevity comes into play, right? So it doesn't mean that we don't value longevity. We do value longevity, but it's also about being able to do these other things within the relationship. Growth, happiness, freedom, so key. You need to be growing individually and as a couple together. So what does this mean for you? What does commitment mean for you? I know that for a lot of people, I still see that whole idea of they've been together for 10 years and they're being celebrated. They've been together for 20 years, they're still being celebrated. And somewhere deep down inside all of us, we kind of want that, right? We desire that long-term relationship. But I want to challenge that reasoning today and really say, is that what it's about? Just being together for 20 years and you become strangers, you don't have conversations, you don't do anything fun together. When they leave the house, you're like, oh, finally a breather. You know, your best time is when you are apart. Is that really a relationship? So I want you to ponder on that and see, what does commitment really mean to you? Right? Is it more than that? What are some of the things that you want to be able to commit to? When you say that this person is mine, or for me, or with me, or by me, or beside me, or in front of me, whatever you want to call it, what are some of the things that you want to be true? What does commitment mean for you? Right? And if you're in a relationship or you're dating, start to have those conversations with the person to find out what commitment really means. Is it just about staying together through thick and thin? For a lot of people, it's through horror and nightmares. Or is it about making sure that you're able to grow, evolve, and feel like you can be the best version of yourself? So I want you to reflect on that today and challenge your thinking and your mindset around commitment. For me, commitment is all of the things I mentioned. Just being able to be happy, to express happiness the way I love to be happy, to be joyous, to feel respected, to feel heard, to feel supported. And also for me to be myself. I want to show up every day as myself in all my glory, flaws and all, and know that I'm accepted. and know that I don't have to hide any version of myself. As I evolve and I discover myself, my partner is open and willing to learn the new me, because who I was yesterday may not be who I am tomorrow, and that's okay too. Well, thank you for listening to today's episode. I hope you thoroughly enjoyed it. I know I did enjoy making it. So thank you for joining me on the Second Chances podcast, a love journey in black and white. Remember, no matter what, never give up on love. Till next time, sending you love and light.